Hi guys, Josh from TT101. Today I have something special to bring to you guys, and that is my GU model 8805. Now, this is a very interesting rifle. It has a lot of history behind it. I'm going to try and summarize as much as I can for you guys in this video. So, going pre-World War I, now France at this time had come out with the first smokeless powder rifle, and Germany, in a panic, decided they needed to follow up and build their own smokeless powder rifle. So they commissioned a group of men to actually design a rifle, and they ended up coming out with the GU Model 88. And that gun originally shot a round nose cartridge, and then in 1905 these were retrofitted to be able to shoot the Spitzer cartridge, which was a pointed projectile. Now, the preferred rifle for the German military in the World War I was actually the GU Model 98, which eventually translated into the the Kar 98K in World War II. And as you can see, it has this rifle here has a flag like safety, and that is very much like a Mauser. But interestingly enough, Mauser had no input on this rifle at all, and he actually sued the German government during World War I about this design, and he actually won. And he was paid quite a bit of money, and he was allowed to actually make these in a different country. I can't remember which country it was off the top of my head right now, but I think he made about 100,000 of these additionally to whatever the German military made. Now, like I was telling you, this is an 8805, and in 1905, like I said a moment ago, they made these so they could shoot the Spitzer cartridge. And the reason why I know this is an 8805 is because it has a S on the barrel here. It also has on the side of the receiver here a 322 and a 322, and what that indicates, that actually is the new chambering of the round that they came out with in as far as the 8mm Spitzer cartridge, along with the addition of the milling on the receiver here, and the addition of the stripper clip guide. They also changed out on the inside a few parts to allow you to single load this if you needed to out on the front lines. So I kind of found that interesting. Now, this does have a Turkish Bolt on it, and I know that because it has a C on here. So this was probably sent to the Turkish at some point and used by them. Another thing that I found interesting about this gun is that it actually uses a barrel shroud on top of here. This actually is not the barrel itself. It has a free-floated barrel. I hope you can see that in there, but the barrel at the end here is actually free-floated. And what that allowed it to do was have a little bit more accuracy. There were some accounts of moisture getting underneath the barrel shroud here, and then these becoming very rusty, so that probably wasn't the best design. And originally, when this shot the round nose cartridge, it used an M-block clip, kind of like an M1 Garand, and it would shoot out of the bottom of the receiver here. But then, when they switched it over in 1905, they put a cap on the bottom. This allowed the new use of the 8mm Spitzer cartridge, and I found that quite interesting as well. One more thing I'd like to talk to you guys about is I actually found out where this rifle was used, and I hope you guys can see this. Now, there's numbers on our barrel band here. There's a 52, then there's an R, a 12, and a 223. And what all this translates to is the 52, that indicates that it was used by either the 52nd Infantry Division or the 52nd Reserve Division. And the R tells me it's either a reserve rifle or a infantry rifle. And I can't tell if that's an italicized R. If anybody that knows more about these rifles than I do could tell me a little bit more about this based off my barrel band, I would really appreciate that. But going forward, the 12 means that this was the 12th rifle out of 223 rifles in this unit. And oddly enough, my favorite and lucky number when I used to play baseball as a kid was the number 12, so I kind of found that cool that this shared my lucky number. Now, going forward, this gun is 126 years old. As you saw on the receiver, it was made in the Spandau factory in 1890. You could still shoot this rifle though, but the only safe way to go about it is shooting modern ammunition out of it. And like Winchester or Remington loads that are made today. because they download the pressures on those, and you should never use any military surplus ammunition from World War II in this, because they are loaded to much higher pressures. Thus, you could have an explosion in your gun and metal in your face, and that just wouldn't be too good at all. So unless you wanted to take a nice trip to the hospital and maybe lose some extremities, I would not use any surplus ammunition through this rifle. Now, in 1914, they actually, in more of a rush, made it's the model 8814. Excuse me, I'm getting jumbled up in my brain here. But now at this time, these right here, these are for your stripper clips. Now, those were being welded on at this point, and the workmanship on the 14 models is not as good as the 05 models. And this is because they were in a panic and a rush near the end of the war to get out as many of these rifles as they could to the guys on their front lines, because at this point they had such a large loss of life, and they needed more weapons because weapons were being captured or exploded from artillery, you know, many other things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I tried to sum up as much as I could about this gun in a short amount of time as I could. I will be shooting this rifle pretty soon here. I'm hoping actually this weekend. I'm trying to acquire some ammunition for it because at my work we don't really sell any 8mm. But yeah, you guys can look forward to that video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. And as always, stay tuned for more interesting videos. You guys take care.